Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this recap video we're going to take a little bit of a currency tact here for my Forex traders. And it's a quick reminder also that a big part of what we do over at Simpler Futures is a dedicated Forex discussion. So on my spreadsheet within the members area, I have both Forex and futures trades, and I'm going to talk about these futures trades right now. But I also want to give you a lesson on, really effective futures trading, and it starts with what we're doing right now with the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar has what we call contrast, and that means that it is the weakest currency, not only today, but generally speaking on a 1 month relative performance, it's the weakest currency by a long shot. Well, maybe not a long shot, but it's right up there with the Australian dollar, which might very well be a currency as of next week we will start to short. I mean, right now, number one is the Kiwi, but number two is the Aussie, and I'm looking to short that Aussie. So where do we short Aussie? It's got to be against a stronger currency. Now, typically when someone sees a weak currency, they're immediately going to go New Zealand dollar versus what? US. That's typically what most traders do, and that's not bad. That's certainly not bad. The New Zealand dollar trades we have on right now, the largest one we have on right now, the most recent as well, is the one against the pound. And you can see in the 1 month relative performance, if this is the strong side and this is the weak side, you want to pit strength versus weakness. Hence, the pound versus New Zealand becomes a really good candidate to scan to make sure that we're reflecting pound strength, New Zealand dollar weakness with what we call a 12 to 2 o'clock wave angle, that we have green grab candles and even maybe some propulsion. Okay, so that's how. So you might say, okay, New Zealand dollar yen, New Zealand dollar, heck, anything right up to the Aussie. The Aussie is where you stop. You can do any one of these relationships. You're really just looking for a trend. All right, so let me take you back on over. And if you can build a watch list like that, if you can understand what we just talked about here for the last 1.5 minutes, these last 90 seconds, that alone will make a massive change in your Forex trading. But I'm going to take you over the charts right now. So let's grab the number one way in which traders trade the the New Zealand dollar, and that is against the US dollar. Do we have a downtrend reflecting New Zealand dollar weakness? Yes. Also US dollar strength? Yes. Red grab candles, I've got propulsion, and this is a recent short we have, and it's followed through now to the second profit target. Another example is a pound versus New Zealand. Again, take a look at the environment this trade is happening in. Predominantly green grab candles, a pullback to the wave, green grab candles, support. This is our other trade. We actually hit the second profit target today. All right, you can see it 93.90. I'm interested in a New Zealand dollar short against a euro, and we also have an older New Zealand dollar short against the Canadian dollar. Now here's a great example of why contrast is so important. Notice that the Canadian dollar is not that much weaker than the New Zealand. I mean, the difference between these is minor. This is not that much weaker. Yet, because we are playing a weakness story in the New Zealand versus, even slight strength against the Canadian dollar, it's working for us and it's hitting profit targets. So this is why contrast is so important. The more contrast, the better. We want to confirm it with the trend. But this is why I say, for example, Aussie New Zealand would not be as good as Canadian dollar, would not be as good as US, or even this pound or euro that I'm watching. Focus on contrast for all your currency trades in the futures or Forex markets. It will make a massive change in your trend trading of these markets. I'll see you in the next update.